Are you planning a trip to Cancun or anywhere in Quintana Roo? Then you've probably heard of Visitax, the tourist tax that seems to confuse travelers more than a resort buffet's dress code. Don't worry, I'm Nancy from New Travel Escapes, and this guide covers everything that you need to know about paying Visitax in 2025, including costs, where to pay safely, and how to avoid scams. So let's dive right in. Now, we have already made several videos about the Visitax since it first came to be in 2021. So I'll just recap briefly. The Visitax is a tourism tax collected by the Quintana Roo Tax Administration to support the state's tourism development. So think of it as a departure fee that helps keep those pristine beaches, lively attractions, and wildlife conservation programs at their best. It's important to note that Visitax is not the same as the Mexican tourism tax, or often called DNI, which is usually included in your airfare, or the environmental tax, which some resorts charge per night when you arrive or depart. Visitax is separate, and yes, you have to pay it even if your airline or hotel package doesn't mention it, because no matter what you may read on the Facebook groups, it is the law. It was implemented really badly, but still a legally required tax. So who needs to pay the Visitax? If you're an international traveler heading to Cancun, Tulum, Playa del Carmen, Cozumel, Isla Mujeres, or Costa Mujeres in 2025, pretty much anywhere within the state of Quintana Roo, you must pay Visitax. And this applies whether you fly into Cancun Airport or the newly opened Tulum Airport, whether you stay at a hotel, resort, or vacation rental, or whether you arrive via cruise ship even for just a day. Previously, children under 4 were exempt, but as of 2023, everyone, regardless of age, must pay the Visitax, unless they're Mexican residents. Yes, even that adorable toddler who can't pronounce taco yet. Is Visitax included in your airfare or package? Well, the short answer, nope. Even if you book a fancy, all-inclusive package with flights, resorts, airport transfers, and unlimited pina coladas, Visitax is still a separate charge. Some airlines like Delta, American, Air Canada, and WestJet may mention it in pre-travel emails, but they don't collect it on your behalf. In the past, travelers could often slip through without paying, but in 2025, enforcement has ramped right up. You can expect to see more signage reminding travelers to pay before departure. You're also going to see it in your arrivals by the baggage claim. There are Visitax officials walking around the airport, and this is for both Cancun and Tulum. As of the beginning of March 2025, Travel Corps has noted that there are now fines for non-payment. They posted that if you're stopped at the airport without proof of your Visitax payment, you will now be required to pay 500 pesos or $25 USD on the spot. Agents are being incentivized to be more strict with travelers. PaxNews.com has also reported that authorities are implementing stricter measures with regard to the Visitax. We saw far more Visitax agents during our last trip through Cancun Airport. There's a team of Visitax officials randomly checking people at the departures area, and travelers are asked to show proof of payment before being allowed to proceed to their flight. Now, we can't speak to the veracity of whether or not travelers are being fined or charged the 500 pesos rather than the 283 pesos because we always pay the Visitax. Sometimes agents will ask to see our QR code, and when we show them, they say thank you and we're on our way. Other trips, we don't get selected and we walk right by. So as you can imagine, this ramping up of random inspections can cause unnecessary delays and stress if you're one of the people chosen. Travel Corps also notes in their FAQs that, and I'm going to read it here, you must present your QR code when asked. If you do not have a QR code, you will need to purchase one. After doing so, the officer will scan the smaller QR code to check your last payments. When they warned last year that they're digitally tracking payments, this kind of leads me to believe again that they are keeping track. So why risk a stressful situation at the airport when paying online takes just a few minutes? I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want my last memory of Cancun to be a frantic argument with an airport official. So this is what I'm reading and I see in the airport, but as always, it's totally up to you to do with this what you will. So how much is the Visitax in 2025? Effective February of 2025, the Visitax prices increased slightly. The official government rate of 283 Mexican pesos equals about $16 USD per person, and that's at visitex.gov.mx. Travelcore portal, and Travelcore is the other one that I recommend, they are $17.75 USD or $23.45 Canadian or 14 British pounds or 17 euros per person. That's at travelcore.com or visitax.app. They'll both get you there. You can also pay at the airport with those Visitax officials, and they do charge you an extra $2 USD fee plus 16% tax because it's processed locally. Whether or not they enforce that 500 Mexican peso charge is anybody's guess. Some travelers report credit card issues when using the government website. We have used the government website, and sometimes it's glitchy and sometimes it's fine. Travelcore's portal, while slightly pricier, tends to be more reliable for international payments. For me, I'd rather not gamble when using credit cards, so we use Travelcore most often. I find if there are any hiccups or delays when generating the QR code, Travelcore is much faster at responding to any glitches. Where can you safely and securely pay for this Cancun Visitax? Stick to those same two websites to avoid scams. I'll put them up here again. Number one is the official Mexican government website, which is www.visitax.gov.mx. The second is the Travelcore, which is a licensed third party under contract with the state of Quintana Roo. It's travelcore.com or visitax.app. Or lastly, you can pay directly to the agents at the Cancun or Tulum airports. I honestly recommend using only one of these three ways to pay this. Not even sure I love the idea of paying the agents in the airport, but you can do whatever you're comfortable with. But please let me warn you, there are so many websites out there claiming to pay the Visitax on your behalf and generating you that QR code. They are a scam. They're often $40, $50, $60 per person. If it's not one of those sites, I don't recommend it. It's probably not legitimate, or even if they do, they've overcharged you huge for the service. And if they ask for your mother's maiden name, your childhood pet, and your favorite pizza topping, definitely run. So you're going to pay the tax before you depart. What information do they need? Well, paying's easy. No need to upload your passport or offer up your firstborn. You just need your full name of each traveler, your passport number for each traveler, the number of travelers in your group, and your departure date from Mexico. Once paid, you'll receive a QR code as proof of payment. Keep this handy on your phone. If you're the kind of person who loses their phone in their own bag, consider printing it too. So when should you pay the Visitax? Well, you can technically pay at any time before leaving Mexico. But the smart move is to do it just before you arrive, like maybe the day before. That way, you can safely use your own Wi-Fi, not to mention avoid any last-minute panic while juggling suitcases and saying emotional goodbyes to the beach. We don't tend to pay it too far in advance of our trip because there are no refunds, and if something changes, we can't get our money back. If your vacation is somewhat open-ended, then you can certainly pay it before you're departing. I recommend paying it at least a day or two before you're going to depart, when you know your departure day, because sometimes you need a few hours to generate that QR code. Visitax policies sometimes change, so keep an eye out for updates from official sources. If new payment methods or enforcement measures roll out, we will be sure to keep you posted. No one likes unpleasant surprises, except maybe in the form of a free dessert at dinner. But if you're a regular to our channel, you know we keep you up to date as much as we can every time we go through the Cancun airport. Paying the Visitax isn't the most thrilling part of your trip to Mexico, and contrary to many keyboard warriors telling you that it's a scam, it is in fact the law. It's quick, it's easy to pay, and having that QR code handy avoids potential headaches at the airport. Just remember, pay before arrival, preferably online, use only official payment portals, keep your QR code handy. That's pretty much it. We've updated our how to get through the Cancun airport for 2025. There have been some changes to the e-gates, so you probably want to check out that video. You can also look at the one where we've done our top 5 transfer companies. These are our tried and true top recommendations of transfer companies that we have used personally, that we're recommending to you, and no, there's nothing in it for us. They don't even know that we recommend them. I just want you to have a great vacation. So go enjoy your vacation. You have earned it. And hey, if you found this helpful, maybe treat yourself to an extra margarita. Or hit that super thanks button and treat me to one. Consider it a reward for adulting responsibly. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll be back next weekend with more resort reviews and travel tips. Bye!